of like gingerbread cookies.
Yeah,
and he doesn't respond to
children.
anything until a child gets nearby, and he starts reacting.
That was cool. That's probably
maybe you're onto something, Ken.
What?
About the whole
punishing the children?
About the whole children thing.
Yeah, I am. I totally am.
The children, and
I mean, this director's obsessed with children, and that's why he wanted to make a Krampus movie so he can have kids in it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I thought that was like one of the coolest scenes in the movie, and also
when they first noticed the kid.
Yeah, and then he's getting all creepy and shit. And then when they're trying to like make all the elves into small Santas.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. That was funny.
I think the part that I thought was pretty hilarious is when they realize the Americans are looking for the Santa.
Yeah,
and they dress him up like Santa and then bring him over there, and they're like, "We will sell you him for $85,000." Like they had a set price in mind. The whole freaking movie.
Because that's how much money they had lost from like all the reindeer and stuff being dead.
But I'm thinking, you could have asked for more, but they just had that set price they wanted to go for.
They don't want to be greedy.
I just think like a slave or a...
Put the chicken in the pot.
I'm not even gonna laugh at that. I don't want
laugh.
to.
You did a little bit there.
I did. I stopped myself. It just went on.
Do you know what bork is? Do you know what bork means?
Yeah, I borked a chick earlier.
Well, bork is very specifically Swedish slang for butt sex.
Oh, I didn't do that. I was just like 4 degrees higher than the butt. But okay.
It's usually. So
this is turning into sex case.
I was just gonna say, wow, this went completely off the rails.
This is
Our
definitely
listeners are learning a lot about you.
Definitely the sexiest podcast we've done.
A very filthy podcast.
See, now you definitely need to put that freaking sex video online.
All kinds of disgusting things.
Everybody's gonna be looking for that sex video now, Ken.
All right, niggas, this is at 30 minutes.
Whoa!
Stop with the racial slurs, bro.
Put red lines all over your back with my belt.
I need it.
Score time.
Sexy. Oh, are we gonna skip over the end where?
Oh yeah, where they put all the kids in the sacks like up on the helicopter.
Yeah, the kid turns into a fucking complete badass. He's hanging on a fucking big old sack in a helicopter and giving directions.
That's why he fucking got the pan up shot from his feet to his head, because he's the goddamn gunslinging hero.
No, he's a fucking pervert. We didn't spoil anything. That's cool, right?
No, I mean that's.
And then the on-screen kills. Hardly any.
Yeah, there was no kills. It was just more a creep factor.
It's
than
not
anything
even.
else.
It's hard to even call it a horror movie, really.
It's
like a dark comedy.
It's almost like what I interpret for a kids movie over there, maybe, because they're
aside from all the dick.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you
maybe
could almost
it's
show
acceptable
this
over in that region.
I was like, because you could almost show this to anybody, except for the just tons of dong.
I should mention, of course, that this is on Oscilloscope, the same release company that put out We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Oh, okay.
And they put out this really good movie called Bellflower. Just kind of like.
Are we reviewing Bellflower?
No,
I'm
just going to just mention it really
Shut
quickly.
up.
It's kind of like a
Jesus.
Dark dystopic romance with
Scott's at his
a Mad Max vibe.
He's at his review part where he's going to score it.
I am?
This is this is like 48 minutes.
Score time.
This is 3 hours.
All right. Well,
we haven't been talking about rare exports for 48 minutes. Shut up.
Just this whole episode, I think, has been.
Oh.
It's gotta be more than that.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah, I'll say,
let's talk about rare exports.
Do you ever get sick of saying that?
What?
That I'm right.
I love the close to the mic thing to emphasize that you were right, I guess. Whatever.
He's totally right.
All right, you're just here's a little cheerleader. Okay.
I'm a little cheerleader.
Quit it.
Rah, 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 sis, boom, bah. Score time. It's your movie.
Yeah,
score
you score first.
I'm going to score it. I'm going to score it a 7. It's a very weird plot. Whoever thought of this, I don't know. I guess I'd attribute to them because they're foreign and they have different backgrounds than Americans. But it's very weird to excavate fucking Santas, which are elves or whatever. It's a very original plot. Don't look at Scott.
I'm going to talk about the plot and why it makes sense.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you haven't even. I'm gonna do it in my bit because I want you to go ahead and finish yours. You haven't even.
I haven't even touched the surface of my review, and then you already want to take over. So.
No, I'm gonna do that in my bit. So you do.
You have a bit.
Everybody does their own little bit at the end.
No, I'm winging it, bro.
So go.
It's not a bit.
Oh my god!
I'm cutting this out. I just thought it was very original, and that's it. Do your bit.
So you're just gonna. What did you give it?
I gave it 7. It's a very weird film. Burying a bunch of elves to like come out and eat kids. Is that pretty much what it is?
Oh, they weren't even eating the kids; they were kidnapping them for Santa.
Yeah,
yeah. But then the Krampus like eats them, doesn't he?
Yeah,
that's what we're assumed to believe.
Yeah, I just think that's very weird. Well, how many like Christmases have passed in this movie
since they buried the Santa?
Yeah.
They don't say.
It's an old mountain.
I would think a lot.
Yeah, so there really wasn't any Christmases.
Yeah, there probably was, but like the true Santa just never got like.
It's
released.
It's a mountain. It's been there for a long time, probably. Mm-hmm. All right.
I give it a 7.75. I like it a lot. I like it a little bit more every time I watch it. This is probably the 5th time I've seen it. I think it's really funny. It's. I think a lot of the plot is lost on us, but I think a lot of it is like personally, like I think it's a lot of personal political commentary about its native country, and I think a lot of it is commentary on how the rest of the world has stolen their holiday folklore and stuff, and that hence the Americans trying to excavate Santa from the mountain and stuff, and the foreigners trying to take the. It is really dark and unique. It's not like a whole. I can't really compare it to any other movie, honestly.
Yeah, I'll say it is. Yeah, very unique.
So it gets a 7.75 based on its uniqueness, its darkness, its humor. It's really well shot.
Oh, the cinematography is great in this.
Yeah, lots of just like great use of slow motion.
Anything out in that in the open fucking mountain. And stuff like that, the cinematography is usually good. Even, was it Friedwild? Cold Prey.
Yeah.
Same setting.
Friedwild.
Yeah. The cinematography is great in that, too. But
yeah, I like a bleak, stark, white landscape.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, 7.7. I think that a lot of the plot is just lost on us because I think it's an allegory for a lot of personal stuff.
Yeah, it might be something political, like in their area.
Yeah, like a Serbian film. A lot of people think that a Serbian film is just like shock for shock's sake, and
well, because it's some of the most shocking shit.
It really is, yeah. But it's also an allegory for the government over there and like the workforce over there and the way that things work with. As related to both, and maybe there's an allegory for rare exports that we just don't really get because there's a lot about the culture that we don't understand or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's obviously a really smart film. It's well written. I think it deserves at least a 7.5, and I have to give it a little higher marks for being as weird and unique as it is.
Yeah, it is.
You there?
All right. Well, I'm going higher than both you guys. I'm giving it an 8. I really enjoy this. This is the 3rd time I've watched it. Like I said, it could almost be like without the nudity of the old guys and the elves and stuff like that.
Okay.
This could be like a dark, family type movie.
Yeah, you could show it to people of all ages without the full frontal male nudity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a great story, like you said, completely unique. The only qualms I have about it are I wish you would have got to see Santa unthawed. That was like one big thing because I really
complain about not getting to see the monster.
I kind of want to complain about it a little bit because all you get to see are the horns. I want to see at least a little more of it. Like I wish it would have got more unthawed.
I'm sure that they just didn't have the budget.
Right,
for it.
It would have been complete CGI. Too.
Yeah, it would have been awful. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that they spared us some awful fucking
it was
like kind of.
Well, like I wouldn't have even minded like just seeing him through the ice without actually him being.
It would have been cool if it just cut to like a claymation.
Do a Night Train to Terror claymation,
or just just like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
The rest of the film is animated.
But yeah, I would say like
on the lettering,
the lack of on-screen kills. You know, I was like it doesn't make it a horror film, but like you said, it's dark comedy. It doesn't get down for that, but yeah, it's like
that fucking elf is freaky as shit.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it's like I say, it's definitely like scary in many ways.
If you showed a kid this, like if there weren't all the male nudity and you were able to show a kid this movie,
he would creep them out.
Yeah, it would scare the fuck out of some kid.
But one of the reasons that it's getting such a high grade, though, is Pietari. That little kid becomes such a fucking badass, and I love that fucking final scene when he's on the all like with a sack of children, and they're like, "Come back!" He's like, "I'm not coming back," and he just jumps down
on all the children's sacks.
Yep, on the children's sacks. Yeah, we're going this way.
See.
But yeah, all around 8.0 for me.
I like it when we're all divided on the scores like that.
7.5, 8. Mm-hmm. It's not divided.
Yeah, it is. Like it's not. Oh, we're not all the same. Like
that's
we've
all
had
I mean.
Like a lot of us have had a lot of movies have had the same scores.
I actually wanted to give it like a 5 or a 6. Then I watched it again. So the first time I watched it, I was kind of skeeved out. But it was better in the second viewing.
And this is like an every holiday watch for me.
Yeah, it's making its way up there for sure.
All right, so that's Rare Exports on their next film.
Martha, thank God.
What's going on?
It's the elves. I fear they may all become infected.
Infected? What do you mean? Others are sick?
It's worse than that.
What happened?
Shiny's body is gone. It was laid to rest. But now, it may already be too late.
But this doesn't make any sense.
Elves becoming the walking dead? No, it does not make any sense. Unless he is behind it. Stand back, Martha! You need to hide.
Fucking piece of shit. Yes,
This next film is a Christmas horror story, and you might have seen the cover and been deterred like I was. When I saw the cover, I didn't want to see the movie because it looks stupid.
Yeah,
the cover is dumb.
Yeah, it looks like
misleading.
it's going to be like a shitty sci-fi fucking movie where it's just like complete
turd. Yeah, the cover is very misleading and silly.
What does it look like though?
It's Christmas fighting Krampus.
Yeah, it's Kringle and Krampus and a fucking showdown to the death.
It doesn't look enticing whatsoever. But upon viewing, the
ending.
Well, what? Who's here?
Who's that? You want me to go get it?
Yeah, go get it.
All right.
I'm doing this podcast, so I can't. You're supposed to be doing the podcast.
Are we expecting more than...
I have no idea who's at the door. So
guys, it's Santa.
Santa's here.
Hey,
Santa.
What's going on, guys?
Drinking a little bit, Santa?
No. Yeah. Well, I got a lot of work to do, and...
You're starting early, bro. It's the 17th.
What?
It's the 17th. You're starting early.
No, it's
exactly one
Christmas Eve right now.
It's next week, you dumbass.
Santa, what the hell's wrong with you?
No, shit.
Did you bring us anything at all?
I did. I brought something you've been missing.
Oh, yeah?
The
What's
spirit of your podcast.
Oh, shit.
You might remember this young man. He's been kind of an asshole, and I don't really want him around anymore.
So you're just dropping him off here?
Been at the North Pole for a long time.
Oh, I think I know. I think I know what you're dropping off.
Who the hell is he? Who is he talking about?
Get out! He's in this bag. Out of the bag.
Why are you kicking me?
Here he is.
Oh, it's Mike. Oh, Mike's back.
It's
Oh,
Mike.
fuck.
Hey, Mike.
Okay.
That again?
Hi, Mike. No, hello. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
What was the North Pole like, dude?
Why are you hanging out with Santa, dude?
Is that where you've been this whole time?
it's really cold up there, and while I was there,
You learned a lot.